One of the more interesting findings of my work is evidence that purpose can shape how we react to experiences. And that evidence comes both from negative experiences and positive experiences. So I'll share with you a finding that we found pretty interesting, which is that building upon a bunch of evidence that when bad things happen, purposeful people tend to fare better than people without a purpose do. So when people experience stress or challenge, the typical response is to be distressed or uncomfortable or left uncertain about something. But purposeful people tend to experience those challenges almost as if they're not there. They kind of react less to them and they recover faster to them when they happen. So building upon that experience, we tested the effect of purpose in the context of something positive. So people who had a positive experience, in this particular case I'm thinking of as a series of studies in which we showed that when people receive positive feedback, particularly in social media, so Facebook likes that they received boosts in self-esteem. So they felt better about themselves the more likes they got. But just like the studies showing the effects of purpose in the context of something negative, we asked whether or not purpose had an impact when people received these likes. And what we showed is that when people receive likes, as expected, they tend to feel better about themselves. Self-esteem increased the more likes people received. But people with purpose showed less self-esteem reactivity. In other words, the amount or the extent to which self-esteem increased when they received a greater number of likes was less for people who had this felt sense of purpose in life. And so for me, what I think that all means is that a couple of things. One, that purpose helps keep people even keel. So that purpose helps sustain your emotional state in the context of stress or something positive, I think is really important to know. But perhaps another interesting piece of this is that this effect held even in the virtual environment of Facebook. So you walk around with this sense of direction in your life. You feel confident in where you're going and comfortable with who you are and the direction that your life is heading in. And that serves as a resource both in your real life, but in your online life. So I think a take-home message for me is that it's worth cultivating this sense of direction, this sense of purpose, because it has value to us. It has real purchase both in the context of our everyday lives and in our virtual lives. So going forward, as more and more of our lives are put online, and the things we think about ourselves, the things we want to say, or the way we show ourselves to the world are now virtual, that purpose can actually shape how we react to feedback about that, both negative and positive, I think is something that we need to know more about and try to cultivate more of.